Good morning, KHOU 11 Meteorologist Chris Ramirez here. We are tracking the arrival of that cold front that is expected to arrive later on this evening. But if you're heading outside right now, yes, it is warm. It is humid out there. As far as those weather headlines, we still could see some isolated storms with that system. But also high winds are expected later on tonight, especially for areas along the coast there. So keep that in mind if you're heading to the coast for those Christmas light festivities. But as we go into looking at the situation, we are expecting that severe threat to be lower than what we've been anticipating for the past 2 days. And the reason being is that we are expecting those storms to be a little bit more isolated. So that severe threat low, even though the severe threat is lower, that doesn't mean that we could still see a isolated strong storm or two. Of course, the Storm Prediction Center, it did have us under a slight risk for severe weather. They have completely cleared the Houston area for that severe weather risk for today. So we were out of a 1 out of 5. Now that severe weather risk is well to the east of us, encompassing Louisiana there. So for tonight, temperatures dropping into the 50s, isolated storms. Conditions are going to become very breezy. We could see some winds between 30-35 miles an hour. If you are heading around town to those Christmas light events, of course, lights in the heights happening at 5:30 this evening. That's going to last until 9 p.m. And we could see some scattered showers, isolated storm possible, but just keep in mind that these showers are going to be fast moving, and then we're going to see those winds start picking up. Could see some gusts between 25 to 30 miles an hour there. But if you're heading along the coast, we have the Kemah Christmas Boat Parade out on Clear Lake. Might see some issues for those boaters. We're going to see those winds gusting between 35 miles an hour, close to 40 miles an hour later on today there. But then those temps are going to be in the 60s. So if you're heading out right now, it's quite warm, but you might need those sweaters if you plan to be out later than around 5 or 6 p.m. there. The thing here is that temperatures are still at 75 degrees. 77 in Jersey Village, 76 out at Bush, and then across the area, College Station at 76. So quite warm, fairly humid, but as we look at the situation in terms of those dew points, we have that humidity, drier air behind that system. So let's time it out for you. We are expecting that cold front to start entering the Houston area between the 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock hours. You're seeing that boundary of showers and storms there. Like I said, isolated in nature, but you can still see here, we still could see some pockets of heavy rainfall for those coastal areas. Most of the severe weather activity is going to be well to the northeast of town, so Liberty might end up dealing with a severe storm or two. But once that frontal system nears the coast, we could be dealing with some more of those isolated downpours to stronger storms from Galveston to Kemah to Clear Lake. And then behind that, we have those fairly strong winds that are anticipated. So as we look at those future wind gusts, we can expect wind gusts to around 25-30 miles an hour for our inland areas. But then going into the coastal areas, might see close to 40 miles an hour there. The National Weather Service issuing that gale warning for all of the coastal waters there. So definitely keep that in mind. And like I said, that might pose some problems for those boaters that are out there for that Christmas boat parade out on Clear Lake there. Winds are going to be breezy through tomorrow morning, and then colder temperatures behind this system as we head into the next few days here. It's going to give us a fairly cold outlook. So looking at Sunday morning, temps dropping into the 40s, about 45, low 40s up to the north of us. But for the most part, we're going to be quite clear. So this is from Monday through much of next week. Clear conditions all across the south central U.S. But then by the end of next week, we will see the arrival of another cold front that's going to bring some more rain chances for Thursday and Friday. So just a note here to sum it all up for you, we are expecting still some showers and storms, but the severe weather risk has definitely decreased. But even though we see that decreasing severe weather risk, it doesn't mean that we could still see an isolated strong storm or two later on this evening. So keep that in mind. We are going to see this cold front arrive and enter the Houston area between the 5 and 6 p.m. hours, but we will definitely see those showers and storms start moving very fastly through the city as we head into the later today. So that's the good news, that severe lower weather threat lower, but the bad news is for our coastal areas, the winds are going to be picking up, especially for those holiday lights there, especially for lights and highs. So bring a rain jacket with you. If you bring an umbrella, the winds might end up carrying it away, but definitely keep that in mind if you are heading out and about through the next few days. And then colder temperatures for the most part for the start of next week. Monday might end up in the 30s. We could see some frost for our northern areas there heading into the start of next week. So definitely keep that in mind for today as we head into this evening. Hot and humid right now as of this morning, but that's all going to change later on this evening as we head into the overnight hours into tomorrow there. So we could see some of those isolated strong storms through that frontal boundary. So keep that in mind. And of course, you can always stay up to date on the KHOU 11 weather app. And of course, meteorologist Pat Kavlin will have more for you